Hello, hello. Today, our first part of the lesson, first of all, is we're just going to quickly look at some of the story problems that were created. So a lot of people have already done this and they have switched. So please make sure that you have done this and that you filled in, like I can tell that, for example, right now, I can tell that Metha has answered Soyun's. This looks great, Metha. Very good. So you filled in the whole entire chart, plus you did the expression, which looks very accurate, which has a number, a variable, and then whatever the constant is, which makes sense in Soyun's example. And then you've shown your work here, and then you figured out how many times she has to walk the dog to earn $290 or a dirham. So that is excellent. Well done. So once I can tell that it is at least done, then I connect it to the other person. So Soyun's gonna have a look at this. There you go. And then you guys both have it, which is great. Okay, so anyway, that's the first thing. So please make sure that you have that finished up. The next thing that we're going to do is go over our morning math number 2, which was all about expressions. So I guess by the time that I posted this, it's because everybody has finished it. Okay, so here are the answers. Okay. This version, this would be like a printed version, somehow it got a little bit wonky in the way the numbers were written, but I'll still explain it. So the first question was, which expression accurately reflects the values in the input-output machine? So this one, the first value is this, and then the second value is this. So we know that we would attach the variable to the first machine. So it's going to be 6 times our number, and then we would add on 1. So the answer for this one is D. Okay. The next one, this is worth 2 points. This was actually an exact example that we had. I just copy and pasted it from our earlier work. So referring to the table below, what values would be in the input-output machine? Note, I just said to please use the exact symbol. Okay. So we know that we are increasing each time here by the magic trick is we are going up by 5 each time. So I think it might be times by 5. That would make sense as the first answer. So if I did 2 times 5, how do I get to 4? Well, I would subtract because 2 times 5 is 10 minus 6 would give us 4. So let's double check that. So I think it's going to be times 5 minus 6. So 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 6 is 9. That makes sense. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 6 is 14. Okay, so it should be times 5 subtract minus 6. Some people just double check that this is correctly written for you. Double check with me the mark that you got, because some people, if they left a space or if they put the words, then the computer might have automatically counted it wrong, which would have spit back at you an incorrect number. Okay, so double check with me if you're not 100% sure. Okay, this next one is an old PAT question. It's just interesting how the table is written horizontally rather than what we're used to is vertically. So we need to figure out now this is an expression. Oh, it shouldn't be expression. It should actually be equation. It should be equation, right? Because we have an equal sign. Okay. So which equation represents a table of values shown below? So we see how we are getting from the x, which is the one that's normally increasing, to the one that's a little bit wonky. So let's see what's the magic rule here. We're going up by 2. So I think it might be times 2 something. Okay. So let's see here. What if I did 1 times 2 would give me 2, and then how do I get to 3? I would add 1. So I think it might be times 2 plus 1. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay, yes. So our correct answer here is this one. Y equals 2 times x, then we add on 1. Okay. Next one. Okay, Alex uses the following rule to generate a list of numbers. Multiply the previous number by 2, then add 3. If the first 3 numbers that Alex generates are 6, 15, and 33, then the next three numbers are what? Okay, so we have to multiply the previous number. So 33 times 2 is going to give us 66. 66 plus 3 is going to be 69. So we know it's going to be either this one, either one of these two. Okay? Then we have to do 69 times 69. So I said if you guys wanted to, you could use a calculator for this. So 69 times 2 is 138. 138 plus 3 is 141. So there we go. We already have the next answer. Oh, it should be this one. Oh yeah, someone told me that the answer shouldn't be 185. It should be 285. That was totally my typo. But I guess the key thing is that you recognize that the pattern should be here, 141, not 140. So the correct answer was B. Thank you very much for people who pointed out that little typo. Okay, next one. This was the question that I marked manually. So Rajavi is serving her iced tea at an upcoming event once physical distancing ends. The event organizers want to know how much she is going to charge per table being served. Her setup fee is 50 dirhams, which includes the purchase of all pitchers and ingredients she needs for the event. She will then charge 4 dirhams for each glass of iced tea she serves. What is an expression she could provide to the event organizers so they know how much to expect to budget for this delicious drink service? Okay. So the thing that is changing is the 4, right? Depending upon how many people she includes, there would be that amount times the number of people. So it's going to be 4D maybe, or 4P, 4 times the number of people that she serves, or 4G times the number of glasses that she serves, plus what always stays the same is her constant, which is the setup fee of 50 dirhams. So our answer should be, I'm just going to go to someone who did this correct. The answer should be 4G or 4X or wherever it is. I think that Daisy did this right. Yep. So 4D, so 4 times the drinks plus 50. Okay, that is the correct answer. Some people had partially correct, which you can see what I gave you. If you knew that you should be adding 50, I probably gave you at least half a mark, if not 1 out of 2. This was out of 2 points. And then if you knew that the variable should be attached to the D, so you multiply 4 times the number of drinks that she serves, then I would have given you probably 1 out of 2 for that. But both parts had to be correct to get both. Okay, we'll just look at this next one that Daisy did. So hair salons are now open in Abu Dhabi and other cities around the world. The hairdresser charges 25 dirhams as a fee for each client and an additional 8 dirhams for each 10 minutes spent cutting and styling the person's hair. How much would a client pay if they only needed a 20-minute haircut? Okay, so what we do is we have 25, which is the constant, and then we would add, 8 dirhams times 2, right? Because 20-minute haircut was 2 would be like $16, right? So 2 times 8. And then so we have 16 plus 25 is 41. So that is the correct answer. Yep, I don't know why I put this in. That was totally my mistake. Okay, so if you do not know what you got on this, double check the marks. Like I said, for this one, there was a couple things that were possibly a little bit wonky depending upon the exact order that you put the numbers. Yeah, so if you'd like to know what you got and you can't see, message me and I will let you know. And I can also just easily take like a screenshot of exactly which questions that you got correct and incorrect so that you could have that on hand when you are re-watching this or watching this for the first time, I guess. Okay, yeah, but overall, yeah, pretty good. You guys are getting the hang of it.